guys feel the first day you were back on set? Did it feel surreal because it's been in the works for so long?
You know, we had a very interesting experience about the second week in. Most of us were just filming singularly our episodes, and then the second weekend we had the 9 of us, our first scene in the Bluth house, and that was a singular moment when Mitch announced to all of us, and this is not a sentimental group, but everyone, there was huge applause, and it was quite a moment. I mean, it all had come together, and we were here, and we are quite fond of each other, and it was nice. It was about a half hour and then we got back to our regular
Well, the first AD had to break up our, like, guys, we have to start
we
shooting.
have to start shooting.
But also, what a lot of people don't know is at least half of the crew was the same, which was really, really special. And so you have all the actors and about half the crew, and then, yeah, like Jeffrey said, stepping on an actual set that was also...
It looked the exact same.
Yeah, down to the letter, and very surreal and a very warm, special, privileged moment. Like, wow, I can't believe this is actually happening. It really, we're all here looking at each other in our wardrobes.
Was that your first
character.
day?
No.
That was my first day. Whenever it was together,
it was
so
double overwhelming.
It was very overwhelming.
All right.
It was really special, and it was a full half hour of almost like coming out of a coma, like or like at that scene in Aliens when they wake up after 200 years from their ship. Like, okay, what are we doing? And we're all like, oh my gosh, like looking and touching, looking at the photos.
I thought you were going to say the scene when the alien bursts out and the horror and
No, that was the last day of shooting.
It was very surreal.
Yeah, very surreal.
Nobody quite knew what to say. It was a lot to process. And we were all just kind of
stupidly
around.
smiling and like...
Yeah. It's kind of like going up a roller coaster hill.
Yeah, that never drops.
Right.
Well, it's dropping now.
That suspended feeling.
Yeah.
And then once we started doing the scene, it really felt like we clicked into place, and just watching everyone do their thing was incredible. It's very surreal.
What do you think that Arrested Development has that other comedies don't?
Tony?
I will say, when it came out, I think it was really unique because it was very dense. There was a lot going on. It took a lot of paying attention to what's going on. And then when it stopped, I think since you could, on the DVD, they could watch like 4 or 5 at a time, that's when people, I think, really started getting into it because they could really dive in and see how things are working and get excited about it.
Not to be pandering, but I mean, I think they also think it's their show. I think there's a sense of a sort of unconscious ownership because they have brought us back. They're the reason we're back, they and the critics. Yeah. And also, I think we talk to them, we don't seem to have comedically our hat in our hand, and we treat them with a great deal of respect, and we have listened to them, and we've upped the ante. So it seems to be quite conjoined, their experience and our experience. It seems to be, they seem to have a sense of that it's theirs, which is good.
I think it's pretty rewarding as a comedy. It's a lot of jokes pay off, you know, kind of retroactively, and a lot of things are, you know, callbacks. There's a lot of callback humor, and it's also very serialized for a comedy, so it pays off if you invest your attention.
I mean, you made the point about kind of the writing being very dense and there being so many kind of small jokes that tie together throughout the episodes. What would you say is one of your favourite kind of personal jokes from the episodes that people might have missed?
David's Blue Man Group. I cannot get enough of that. With the fact that he would join the Blue Man Group thinking it was a group for depressed men. I just think that is brilliant. That made me laugh so hard.
I like, in particular, any time, and this happens maybe once every 3 episodes, there'll be a cutaway to a newspaper article, or there's a high school yearbook, or and just a photo, or something that's on the refrigerator. And there are a bunch of those moments where you cannot see the jokes, and if you freeze frame, there are 10 jokes in those, and they passes so quickly. You get the initial joke, which is the headline, but if you go and read these other things, there's all this information in there and all these extra jokes, and that is an example of how much time they took and how dense it is. And it really is, as Tony was saying, it rewards a patient, attentive viewer in a way that very few other comedies, and great comedies too, do.
What kind of catchphrases or sound bites do you guys get shouted at you all the time? Do you get that a lot?
I get McLovin yelled at me more than anything. It's not who I played,
Right.
so it's sad.
No one knows that.
And I just go, I'm the other guy.
You track them down, you're like, listen,
Yeah.
I'm the other guy. And they're like,
I was near McLovin.
sure, man. I was referring to the McDonald's behind you. Yeah, I get marry me a lot, which gets confusing in personal relationships.
Right.
But otherwise, yeah.
Well, that's why you shouldn't date fans.
No, but it's easy.
Oh, it's
You know?
so easy.
Yeah, fast connection.
Giving hope to a lot of people watching
Oh
this.
yeah.
It's like 5-pin bowling.
Just come on up and propose, and we'll see what happens.
It's like